different deviations. The creation causes stimulation, a strange sensation. Raw sanitation, rough strangulation causes a fixation. What's the population in that man's mind when he in concentration mode? Truth is, I have many minds stowed inside my abode that if I unload them, it wouldn't go well. I propel intolerable tales that you may tell. If you're frail, your face grows pale. But I have to think about each detail to be able to make a narrative believable to others, inconceivable. I think it's imperative to speak your mind if possible. It's just I got so many thoughts inside my cerebral. It's gonna take a while to put them down on file, so the paper continues to pile. Some of it I'm sure will be considered vile. That's probably because I tried to defile each sentence with a smile. My sentiment to try and be sensational with the ink I spill. Leave people still figuring out how I got so ill. So get ready to go down the rabbit hole. Strap yourselves in, smoke a bowl, and enjoy the thoughts that come from my skull. Nightmare. Every time I dream, he gets scared. This ain't Elm Street. You come around here, be more prepared. As he tries to retreat, too late, already ensnared. He locked up like I was Ric Flair. He in the figure 4, except this backyard hardcore. I apply the pressure and the bones break through. I love the gore, cause I'm easily bored. People have no idea what's stored inside my gourd. Having priests saying, oh dear Lord, like they just busted nut in some grade 4. What, that shit wasn't no rumor. Rhymes pile up in my head like a tumor. I'll stop writing when I'm dead no sooner. Not a consumer of false facts, I'm the repudiator. Never stay silent, consequences I don't care. If you dare to stare into the eyes of this creature, you realize your outlook couldn't be bleaker. I'm a freak of nature, people trying to come up with terms for me like nomenclature. Even God be like, I wonder who his creator. Blasphemer, words so powerful, blast through your femur. I'm a dreamer, thoughts go far past these stars, so sometimes difficult to grasp my bars. Small minds find the task too hard. Light up brains and leave them charred. Cut up the English language and use the innards, trying to pick the bones like a buzzard. Look inward, see a bastard likes to get plastered. Cover a chicken batter, lick it off, she squirts on the floor, splatter. Split your head to the gray matter, split mine, it dark matter. You can't see how much larger my thoughts are. Doesn't matter if you got all the scientists together. Can't figure me out like listening to drunk Irishman banter. Other rappers, non-factors like black actors at the Oscars. No answer for me like late stage cancer. My pen powerful like the Green Lantern. To my style there isn't a pattern. Skill out of this world like the rings of Saturn. Words sting like I slap your sunburn. See me coming best turn, or you will learn I make you look like Vern Troyer. I'm Drax the Destroyer, no cracks in my armor. These lines I stack get you addicted like Big Pharma. I don't wanna alarm you, but I could disarm you with my words, pacify you like a snake charmer. Wise as the Dalai Lama, except I'm willing to harm you. I'm so hot and like the earth, I'm getting warmer. Storm your gates with formidable hate as I abnormally create wordplay that fucks with people so much. Men feel it in their prostate and women can't walk straight. I'm gonna conquer and be remembered like Alexander the Great. I concentrate with the statements I make, eradicate. Got more bars than prisons in the States, more than the crates of Kit Kats. No problem to create and spit that. cry after a good cry. She can't take the lie, she tries to reach out, but every time he lashes out or screams and shouts, in the middle of the room a kid runs about, soaking it all in. Doubt creeps in her. If she leaves, what will be his end? How could she begin to raise a child on her own? He will constantly depend, while she gotta work every day, even the weekend, and she has no skills. The conception happened when she was only 17. How did she end up with this drug fiend? She had dreams, she knows he'll never get clean. She knew her life wouldn't be pristine, but this man is damn mean. So she decides to split the scene, never to be seen again. Some people never had a chance, born into a certain circumstance. Some don't even get to make a plan, too busy killing the pain, joy completely foreign. Now every bottle he drains is to cover up some new pain. Take a shot in the vein, he needs to sustain this buzz or he won't be able to contain the thoughts ingrained in his brain. Peace he will not attain. Is he dooming his boy to this same thing? One day he loves him, but hate is all he can spray. It's how he was raised, raising his hand like his father did when he came home crazed, mad at the world cause he didn't get the raise. Now all the anger is laid at the feet of the newest generation of McCrae's. Little Stevie had no one to teach him decency, desensitized by his scenery, his senses overriding his sense. It's hard for him to form sentences without being obscene. Some people never had a chance, born into a certain circumstance. Some don't even get to make a plan, too busy killing the pain, joy completely foreign. He already developing his own habits, joined his father's scene, pushing drugs into his bloodstream. His life always been flowing towards the drain. He started with the cocaine, but that shit got plain. Graduated to doing that homeless heroin junkie thing, leaving home when he was only 16. His father's taking his cream. Instead of listening to him scream, he decided he was gonna follow. Oh wait, he really never got to make a dream. The gleam in his eyes all long gone, using the steam from the building to try and keep warm. He's soaked to the bone, Johnson hungry and on his own. One day a mother and her daughter that passed heard him moan. The mother's face turned to stone when she realized he was on her son now grown. He was dying in the gutter alone. She picked up her phone, dialed 911 and started to stutter. My son is dying, what, I have a brother? The little girl sputtered, yes, I'm the mother. But Stevie gave one last shudder, no chance to rediscover one another. Some people never had a chance, born into a certain circumstance. Some don't even get to make a plan, too busy killing the pain, joy completely foreign. Line up some verbal crack on this track. I randomly attack this shit like bebop and scat. Hear instrumental, wanna eradicate that. Hit it out of the park like Joey Bats. Compare intellects, there's a stark contrast. When I get near, it gets dark. Overcast, blasting my voice, massacres joints. Laugh at Lucifer, break off the points of his horns. Video, shoving them back in. Sell it as porn, call it Satan gets torn. I've been blatant since I've been born. Impatient to turn the next page, so I burn through the lines as I impassionately engage. My capacity at its first stage, constantly growing like a tree, being here since the Stone Age. Man, I can write every day, all day, till my last days, till I'm in the days. Just let me blaze, and I will blaze through each page like I was Johnny Blaze. I don't know my destination, but no hesitation when I'm coming with my creation. No frustration, stay calm like meditation. Got a heavy flow like menstruation. One day I hope this my occupation, but right now I do it for the sensation of elation I get from my oral fixation. So many lines in my head, not writing is an irritation. Gotta scratch that, it's an addiction that I got a constant subscription. As long as I got pen, paper, and my imagination, just some concentration. And I got the ammunition, constantly get to reload flow like I got the cheat code, like the beat encoded in my DNA. Pull out the arsenal, out my genes and blow you away. Man, I can write every day, all day, to my last days, till I'm in the days. Just let me blaze and I will blaze through each page like I was Johnny Blaze. I'm observed with my words, leave your mind coagulated like a curd. Graduated to absorb your life force with a sword like the Highlander. When I attack, looking down on you like command and conquer, condemning souls like the rapture. Imaginations I'm trying to capture. If I succeed, disaster. Ears start to bleed from minds moving faster. Writer's block, never a factor of the rappers. Minds stalk, minds fast and furious. Just call me Paul Walker. Your girl's past curious. She wants to taste my meat like a walker, so I give her a treat and fuck her. Now she don't want another lover. She's discovered that I'm 007 under these covers, licensed to kill pussy motherfuckers. Man, I can write every day, all day, till my last days, till I'm in the days. Just let me blaze and I will blaze through each page like I was Johnny Blaze. My pad looking rough, as my lines get tougher, it's like it's feeling my anger. I swear the other day it wrote out a message that said danger. I think this man might turn to a psycho strangler. When I put pen to paper, I'm a demon unleashing anger. I'm a mind slaver. Even if I battle Professor Xavier, he will need a savior. Turns to God for help, but even he's scared, sent me to hell. And my language caused Satan so much mental anguish that he sent me back to earth so people's souls I could extinguish. With my ridiculous rhetoric, I cause a sick craze. My mindscape's a maze that's made murky by my emotions with the strength of the oceans. While your mind is poisoned by poisonous potions, don't cause a commotion. You're gonna get frozen by my cold vibe. You feel like you about to collide with something as hot as the sun, so your brain is fried. No one will be able to soothe your crying eyes, so you start to despise. Think everyone around you telling lies. Can't build no trust, constantly surrounded by a big cloud of dust. Can't think too quick, mind covered in a crust. You must get away. You're thinking I can't stay, I gotta get fucked out of this maze. You heard everyone that stays here dies after they decay. What a painful way to spend your last days. Feels the sting from the mace, not the spray, the medieval weapon. After I'm done, can't learn another lesson, cause I made the decision to aim in your direction. If this turns to a war of attrition, there's no questions what the results will yield, cause my paragraphs, my fields, there's friction in the lines. My diction burns through my pad of paper, each word as corrosive as cyanide. Pull apart your mind like a lion's pride. On this tour of horrors, I'm your creepy god. Monstrous, meticulous, my method is methodical, mythological. If Merlin steps my shit, he will fall furiously fast into a frozen, foreign, unforgiving wasteland. Wondering what the fuck just happened. You stumbled into my imagination. I'm about to unleash the Kraken, carnivorous, crystallized creature from the planet Cranium. I'm a maniac that should be taking his lithium. I'm barely managing the madness, majestically morphing your membrane. Gross you out like I'm orgasming over a bloodstain. I no longer feel pain, numb as Novocaine, born into darkness like Bane. I can no longer restrain the beast that's being chained up in my brain. Oh shit, I checked, it's gone, and I fear a few people, it's already slain. At least now I still don't have a headache, but I gotta get control, there's too much at stake. Master this skill, learn to be great, but I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to fix my mind state, so instead I just self-medicate. Sometimes wish death would hurry up, I'm sick of the wait. Cut my wrist, drain the blood, skins turn to opaque. With crazy motherfuckers with problems, I take the cake. I'm a terrible person, one of the worst ones, deceitful, deceiving everyone, even myself, straight aversion. The people who have given me love not deserving, sick of carrying the burden, but it's not time to close the curtain. for this, I'm certain, because there's still greatness somewhere deep down in the darkness. Cause even though I'm soulless and heartless, I'm not ballless. So I'm gonna fuck this world so bad, to hold its shit in it will need a harness. You're probably thinking, what filled his heart with so much malice? Well, I think my brain might be unbalanced. Kill me like Deadpool, can't teach me nothing. The trouble in school, girls love the sight of me like a jewel. Scared cowards like a ghoul, I eat fools for fuel. My words beautiful like Paula Abdul from up north, so you know I keep it cool. Leave you open mouth with some drool, so challenge me to a duel. I'll pull out my tool, split you in two, now you a duel. How the hell did he do that with the pen? Penetrating people's hearts, adjust the palpitations. Hear my shit, pure intoxication. Now you addicted like Oxycontin. Yeah, I'm the real hillbilly, heroin heavy on the heart, like coaching the Habs. Poor Michelle Terrian, soon my shit will be blaring in your ear, and you know there's no comparing to him, like Sir Isaac Newton. Don't fuck with the Sasquatch, I'll be forced to squash all your dreams, I'll quelch. Light up your mind, watch it melt. Yeah, I've evolved to dissolve of the doll. What's installed in my resolve will allow me to break the mold. I'm bold, the devil thought I sold him my soul, but it was someone else's I stole. My shit's pure gold like Tywin Lannister. I don't tie, I win like Roger Federer. Fierce competitor, pierced with the sinister intentions. What I'm dispensing will have people regretting decisions like Bill Clinton, except they actually be quitting. You be thinking that I'm sick in the head like Britain's Charles Bronson with what I'm composing. Leave people frozen like passing away after overdosing. I'm overloading your brain till it's broken. Breaking bad like Bryan Cranston with what I'm cooking. Will have you quaking, so don't question the pension for killing the competition. Don't fuck with the Sasquatch, I'll be forced to squash all your dreams, I'll quelch. Light up your mind, watch it melt. Comb over my lines like Donald Trump's hair. No one can compare to this rare species. You're on a lower level, still throwing your feces. Your heart rate increases, your brain releases different excretions from anticipation of my lyrical assassination with spiritual concentration. I perform miracles with my diction. It's like I was dissecting a dictionary without disinfecting. Now I'm infected. Verbal sickness is what I carry that gives my cerebral finesse to idiots. It's scary. It's hard to compare to me. My critics will witness what comes from my skull and realize they're dull. Confess they're cynics. Basically criticize anyone with spirit. So when they hear my lyrics, they naturally fear it. Their thoughts convoluted, confused, and stupid. When I speak, you're hearing a druid dug up in a ruin, ready to ruin the diluted. Then whack shit will be muted. My thoughts deeply rooted, so my mind can't be eroded. Don't fuck with the Sasquatch, I'll be forced to squash all your dreams, I'll quelch. Light up your mind, watch it melt. mind like I was sharpening a sword. Each word the shit like a turd. I can be absurd, leave people perturbed. Be insured, I will leave your mind injured, and it can't be cured. You're left awkward, need a doctor. I'm Mr. Hyde, glide past the groom and take the bride. So much gravity, I changed the tides. Tried to bribe God to let me cut the line, but he said no, I wanna see you take this ride. I didn't know what he really implied, that he was gonna fuck me. He stuck me with the insanity inside, but also the talent that can't be denied. So if you got a problem with my lines, take it up with the big guy that resides over all our lives. Past lights drives me to be bright, so I pry my skull open wide and provide insight that comes from my windpipe. Go ahead, pick my brain, it's right, but don't gripe when you bite down and you hear the sound like you lost a tooth. Guess your mind wasn't sharp enough to digest my stuff. Your mind's a carp, mine's a shark. You don't have enough teeth, your attention span brief. So if you get in deep thought, you forget to breathe. I swear most people have a mental disease. You get nothing out of their melon when you squeeze. Well, I supply fresh shit for days. It's like everyone in the days caught in the haze, taught how they should portray themselves on a day-to-day. They just follow what other people say. Remember, your thoughts be your property, so own what comes out of your mouth. Oratory for what I've said, I'm not sorry. It'll state that on my obituary. To stop me, you need to bury me when I'm carried to be buried in the cemetery, and they bury my body in the earth, free from all the ugly and happy. Doesn't scare me, at least I was here to see what it's like to think consciously about how I came to be. And I always spoke my mind like Don Cherry. Whatever, I'm out, peace. Psych, I dastardly fake my death. Huckleberry Finn, is death the ending or the beginning? Either way, I've been sinning. At least Satan won't be boring. I'm gone, don't be mourning. Death may seem foreign, but it's the one thing that it's in storing for all humans. I won't be the first, there's been billions. No use fighting and crying. We all be dying, and eventually we will all be forgotten. Do I have hope? I don't want the answer to be no, but every time I look into the scope, I see a world on fire that continues to stoke. Air that makes you choke, cities that smolder and smoke. Not enough food to feed the poor folk, the population of which has continued to bloat. And these problems no longer remote, they're worldwide. We don't get to reboot, the world ain't no robot. We get to reprogram, soon no reversing this reoccurring nightmare. Soon can't repair, it's not fair to the future generations. Putrid warring nations trying to nurture annihilation. Lying creatures, abominations, leading with deception to our demolition. If you wanna be a good citizen, no criticizing the people on the top deciding. Has democracy been forgotten? Corporations deciding what you eating, what you seeing, what you hearing, who you fucking telling you what's attractive, deciding who you liking before you hear them talking. Do you see they're trying to control what you're thinking? Dumbing down the population, selling more subscriptions to people that don't even have those afflictions, just to get them on that addiction so they can be raking in the dough and keeping their control, sending soldiers to war and destroying their souls, killing innocent civilians just doing what they're told. Bombs drop on children, people profit, fattening their pockets. We too all hypnotized to stop it, too busy dealing with the problems behind our own eye sockets to face it. This fail, I will penetrate it. If I fail, I will come back at it. It's like I'm an addict for that disappointment, cause I'm sick of the disproportionate wealth and power dispensed to just an assortment of the top 1%. My knee will not be bent with this oligarchy. I'm not content. The media industry misrepresent reality, steering the masses to their own internment. So fuck being an instrument in the machine. You gotta let it pick your bones clean if you wanna bit your cream. And everyone obsessed with the gleam, and while you blinded by the fake dream, your soul turn ugly, looking like it infected with the gangrene. Everyone is joining this scene. It just makes me wanna fucking scream. What's wrong with human beings? We see what's coming and act like it ain't nothing, but one day it might be your kid starving, struggling, just surviving, cause some people seem to always want more. Doesn't matter if they thriving. So ask yourselves, we on this track, who's driving? Do they give a fuck what happens? Nope, as long as their money keeps stacking. They want your mind to be lacking so they can turn your mind into some sort of contraption for money making. Some devour what they love like a shark that smells blood for reasons not understood. Destroy what's good, deploy shields so no one else could get close enough to injure. No more pain, she got a cure. Life a blur of different lovers, never really got to discover what it's like to depend on another. Past moments suffered makes it hard to do more than stuff her. She gorgeous, mind a fortress, she can make it torturous with a few movements of her hips. The moment her lips touches you, you can't get a grip. Hard not to look her way like an eclipse, but she just doing it for the tips so she can get herself out of this shit. Tired of working at the club where she strips, rubbing her clit on the pole for these pathetic dicks. She's so good, some fools actually think she interested. High, successfully tricked just by letting them touch her tits. She can get most of their money clipped. She can't stand men, think most of them stupid. Touch their dicks, most of them act like they was shot by Cupid. But she don't mind this way, easily manipulated. Don't blame her for being jaded. CJ was abused as a kid for a while, she couldn't remember it. So young, see her dad split. Mom said it was the best thing he ever did, and mom knew how to pick him cause her stepdad was sick. And she told her mom, but she said it was a fib. Mother was too infatuated and neglected to see, never detected. Stepdad went to her bed and inspected her body nightly. This wicked man fucked up her psyche, ran away from home to get free and learned to manipulate men physically to get what she needs. Graduated from turning tricks on the street to being one man's petite treat, better than giving Hummers on sticky seats. Then she met a man that owned a club called the Lucky Streak, where most of the girls still sold themselves in private rooms like pieces of meat. Discreet meetups for creeps that eat up this concept of getting deep. If you want Jade, she ain't cheap.
but she got a few clientele that follow her like sheep. She decided to set up and rob one of the clients' little geek. Get him outside to her car and get her current man to take all his money, but her man Sonny beat him into the concrete. The pip squeaks, blood seeped, and Jay didn't weep. She grabbed the money, ditched Sonny that night, looking for the sight of her next mark to excite, to fight for her life, to be more bright. She knows sooner or later one of them will bite. Despite her trying to be free, she perpetually in situations that demand her performing sexually, and misery is simply something she deals with on a day-to-day. She's straight down a path that many may. If that situation they were placed, who's to say? I know it's hard to see that future when you looking at a baby, but sometimes crazy things can change. The CJ's story doesn't end there. She's growing older, the worries start to build on her shoulder. She needs to find a man to hold her over. See, she can't stay sober, her past still haunts her, her skin taut, and you can't cover up all the damage from drugs and alcohol. She tries, sure, but she can't lure the same type of men anymore. Her options fewer and fewer, ends up with a man she can barely endure. They're poor, just scrape by enough to get a cure to all her mental and physical pain. It's torture, so she saves up for dope so pure, injects it all, finally find peace fading away in a beautiful blur. You can't compete, you obsolete. Go against me, surefire defeat. Like Stephen Hawking, trying to conquer Mount Everest peak. Got a rough physique, like I was made of concrete. From life's challenges, I don't retreat. After you hear my shit, gonna wanna press repeat. Cause there's no better competitor, perfect with every letter, don't need no editor. Instead I pour through these lines like someone with a ton of cheddar going on a bender. I'll render your mind tender, put it in a blender, then send it to a butcher, chops off the fat with the cleaver. Suddenly you more clever. I weather whatever weather I get better is just a matter of how long my matter holds together. I know it ain't forever, life's a cruel mistress, but I'm glad I met her. She can rule with an iron fist, be severe and sever your lifeline and no longer be a member of this plane. However you can endeavor to be remembered, man, treasure this gift. It's hard to measure success, don't give in to the pressure and become lesser than your true self. If you're not, happiness will be a hard thing to be felt. Just battle till death's rattle, don't matter how mad or battered you are. Tattered clothes, scattered scars, shattered hearts, Earth still gonna keep moving around that star. Just like Saturn and Mars, clockwork just like me, working on my bars. Sometimes attitude crusty like a barnacle, skill out of this world, astronomical. Like Pootie Tang, my shit don't even have to be audible. MCs ought to be able to spin a fable that you'll remember till the fatal. Instead you get some comical drivel, except I don't think the MC's responsible. It's the powerful presenting to the masses palatable, should consider it laughable. But we live in a world where Trump is considered presidential. No one gives a fuck what's inside your mental, makes it hard for me to be civil. Get into quibbles, be miserable. Man, I'm sorry, I just wanted to vent a little. dispensing the venom through the pen, and I'm putting together like fine linen. Lucky I got shit on by a flying pigeon. Have a vision and not sinning and be winning, but then I be blinking. Got the opinion all humans capable of sinking to the level of Satan. No debating, there's a link in my chain inside the brain that, like the exorcism, keeps my head spinning. The terrain rough, each step I be wincing. Thoughts feel like a downpour of rain, and I be dancing, no pain, no gain. I ain't kidding, no strain, no tension. I don't reach my potential, that's an eventual. Keep grinding old school like a pencil. This mental is a rental, give it back to the circle if you thinking universal. Some believe in the almighty be merciful, other thinking he be cursing you. All I know is there's no reversing, dude. I'm guessing it wasn't personal when death comes to a person who you love and love you. Every issue can be hard to see through, like a crystal can become misguided, like when a man grab a fistful of his pistol cause he's pistol, can't even keep his pitiful job. Now he deciding to take this pitfall, missed all that is mystical in our minuscule existence. Instead of persistence, took the path of least resistance. There is no assurance of death occurrence. The endurance of Earth's occupants is limited, but we're probably just accidents, just happenstance. Don't miss the chance to take part in this dance before it's too late. No one knows the date that fate will take from your plate, but that don't intimidate this evolved primate. Fear won't devolve my mind state. Stay calm, meditate. I concentrate, slay like a bomb, eradicate. My mind moves absurdly fast, so it's easy to debate. Words come with a blast straight from my vocal, come from a place amazing. I'm not a slack-jawed yokel. Instead I come up with lines that will soak through, take your breath away, choke you. I stoke my fuel, come up with quotables, confusing fools. Am I losing you? Assorted news, aborted truths is our outdated glue, holding together our contorted views. Stupid spews from muted souls raked over the coals. But man, what do I know? I'm just baked from all of these bowls. Just go listen to Drake, you all love his stool. Any beat, trekking to the peak, becoming elite with my crushing speech. Gonna outreach expectations through repetition, loading ammunition, creating energy like nuclear fission. When I make the decision to come with the creation, I'm mentally blazing my own bar, I'm constantly raising, trying to make each phrase fit in, fits within, resembling hurricane winds, hurrying in vain to win. Can't just rush past my sins, they're part of learning, discerning right from wrong. I try and write tight in each song. My mic might be too strong, like you got in a fight with Bruce Lee in Hong Kong. In spite one night I could be long gone. It's alright, I'm too bright for that one. I stun with the tongue, sometimes going too far like police with the guns. Hit the trigger on time with the drum, riddling your figure with thoughts from the cranium. Take a bunch of Ritalin, still can't figure me out on different levels like cranes and scum. On the kick, take you out like Danielson. You'll remember me like Captain Kirk with Korn, or how Dirk will be remembered by LeBron. Wanna stand in the way of these whack MCs title run. It's like the game has been spun onto its ear. Now I fear no one will be able to hear. There's some dope shit right here. It's clear people don't want the real talent to prosper. Instead we just get some imposters. Radio filled with the shitty rosters. But fuck it, I'm still gonna try and put out sick tracks like Big Mac Classic and never go stale. When I inhale, getting ready to unveil my written steady on the path to prevail. Betting on me, sure thing, got some intel, creating constantly until I feel satisfied with where my skill resides.
That's why I'm sitting here still, trying to get to a new level. Never settle to pedal shit I ain't proud of. Won't be trapped in that jail. My soul ain't for sale. So as I walk down this trail, I stalk my next meal, hunting for what's real. But my ecosystem has been derailed. My generation has failed because what coming out now pales in comparison to past art. We ain't in the conversation. When hip-hop heads look back, they will see procrastination, bastardization of the beautiful creation. Yeah, I know people will just say I'm hating, but just listen to what some of these so-called artists are saying. Then put on some gangsta Wu-Tang or rock him. Then you might understand why I'm mocking. One day this bullshit will be stopping, and the real shit will be what is rocking. Till then I will just be jotting, reaching to my next level with the pencil battle to baffle a classical rascal. Didn't go to class but still blessed with the skill to kill the mic, rip out the entrails. That entails getting deep with the details. Just listen to the tales I tell. The blank page is my meal. Sometimes frank with the rage I don't conceal. Spell out spells that spill out my spiel. Spokes in my wheel like a spoken will, strong as steel. I just need to steal away a little while, seal energy away from the beautiful and miserable existence with we all deal. It will be to get out of this slavery that I'm living on a day-to-day. I will do it independently, but sometimes my psyche gets in the way, and my mentality makes it hard to mold my reality. It's a riddle that I'm in the middle of solving little by little. I just fiddle with the wordplay till I play it like a fiddle, ready to do the devil if my soul goes to that level. I have several styles to hit your mental, similar to a sentinel sent here from hell, here to dispel this non-intellectual dribble like a dyslexic savant. Not impressed with rappers today. Most creative they get is with their font. Not much expressed in their music, no talent, it's apparent. You don't give a fuck about your clients, never actually working on the science. Such reliance on zombie fans to fill the pockets. My head, they ain't rocking it. I think they're the equivalent to shit, all relevant what they spit. While atoms I try and split, go atomic, blow up tracks automatic, like war happening on this planet. Don't panic, it's part of the plan. You twit when I spit is when my mind is most lit. Can't get enough, like a baby sucking on a tit, or a trick with a demanding pimp. Abuse if I don't deliver the shit. Make you picture it like a comic strip. Each line a panel on the storyboard, trying to make sure you're never bored when you hear the thought stored inside my gourd. That's why I'm constantly flipping the script, and I'm fixing to be blitzing this fiction. They spitting the mission, I'm not quitting. Ain't no chicken stricken by the tricks and they written. Maybe I won't fit in like my whole dick in a vixen, but I'm still pushing to have people listen to the music they hearing. But I'm fearing no one caring if the rapping has them thinking. Ain't tempting me to be dumbing down the line. Stay original with what I'm giving you. I'm not at my pinnacle, sometimes I'm so cynical, but dreams aren't minuscule. Hoping music be cyclical, and right now we just stuck at the disco.
Why does suicide always creep in my head? Do I really wanna be dead? Is the thought really that stupid when every day don't wanna get out of bed? Most social contact feel restricted, feel unsure of everything I've ever said. My anger comes quick and I see red. Fuck it, give in to the stress, it's time for the bloodshed. Could've called for help, but instead I went and lost my head like poor old Ned. Now an emergency call is placed by a mother pleading, please make haste, even though deep down she knows her son is already deceased. Now from her depression she will never be released. For her no peace, the pain will not cease, and she can no longer look at Denise because it reminds her of her son. She wished she could undo what's being done. How could she have not seen the pain that she now fears she was causing? It's nauseating, sick of waiting to see him again. Doesn't matter what people say, simple and plain. Because she's lost her mind, she's gone insane. She can't take the strain, she's made up her mind. She's leaving her own path of pain, left behind in a wake. For goodness sake, is there really no one in your life that will make a little time and do whatever it takes? If not, go find help, get some restraint. Even if your will is weak, barely there, faint. Even if the walls of your mind are covered in black paint, don't do it, or your own memory you will taint. Cause all the memories of the good times won't alleviate all the loved ones. All you did was frustrate. Some of them even feel this strange hate. They keep you out of their mind state, out of their memories. It's better this way, better than having your mind stay on how much you miss until your mind starts to decay and you fear another day. It's a vicious circle that shouldn't be started, because it's not just your world that you have shattered. Now at the funeral, all her friends and family have gathered. Her niece steps to the podium, face already lathered. She begins to tell how her whole family has disappeared. First her mother giving birth, sudden heart attack made her watch her dad go early in the dirt. Then her aunt took her in, amazing woman, always bright and alert. Over the years there wasn't any amount of energy she would not exert to help others. She would give her own shirt. But then her son, who was like a brother, questioned his self-worth. In himself he had no belief, so he killed himself and left his mother with so much grief. She decided that death would give her some relief. But now what for her niece? Everyone she's ever loved is now deceased. Spiffy speeches given by blood-sucking leeches to teach us to get down on our knees for that money. Please, I will do anything, rape and pillage, be straight vicious. Got a vision for my next mission, have you on bent knee wishing that Satan wouldn't have sent me here kicking and screaming into this world, raping some girl as soon as I came out of the womb. You will all feel this same pain soon. You probably think I'm just a loon, promising the moon when it comes to acting insane. Can't stop it, too much blood is pumped in my brain, so I decided to sever our main vein so the insanity could drain out of me like venom coming out of Bane. And I will still have enough evil to equal all the people who think they's the Charles Manson sequel. Fuck you, think you're bad, just take a peek through my soul. The eyes be the window, all you see is black like coal. You should fear the punishment I'm about to dole out. It doesn't matter how much you scream and shout, you come to your end, no doubt.
cause you step to a beast, a monster. Doesn't matter if you a member of the deceased that suddenly starts to saunter in my direction. For me, no panic, no need for protection. Don't become frantic, stay calm on my face, no picture of alarm. Just snap that zombie's arm, put it on a chain, wear it as my charm. Come on man, what's the harm? Shit, his fingernail scratch me, I'm infected, oh darn. Soon I will be even more scary than a real horror story, children of the corn. Man, I feel that I must warn, starting to feel like your flesh would look better torn. I don't know when I write, when I have so much scorn. Shit, what's poking out of my head? Oh, these horns? Oh dear Lord, wait while I talk to him, for he's the one that placed those crown of thorns that I have worn since my father died. Shit, the pain will not subside. Man, this life is quite a ride, but thing is mine seems to always be on the decline. Don't believe me, just look at every one of my rhymes. Rarely speaks of one good time, filled with the grime seems to always be grim, definitely not dim, because what I say is never on a whim. Maybe we need to examine why we sin, so we could begin to fix all the problems where they begin, instead of bearing them deep within, deep in the bottom of our collective cranium. Maybe we don't feel any shame from the indirect victims. It's okay, just stick them with all the pain. We'll take all the shame we supposed to feel, because we to blame for so much misery. But it's okay, everyone, we get to write the history.
Rainstorm, I'm having a brainstorm, beginning to transform into a strange form, nothing like the norm. Opinionated, no idea stays dormant, no option, it's why it was sent. I will never repent, too much time spent thinking of regret, so now my intent is to invest more time in my life's expectations this instant. Even if my mind's slightly bent, it lets a pain roll off like the edge of a tent, and for a stint it was leaking right through, slowly filling up, making a stew, using my anger as the heat, warming up a nice brew. But then I realized these pain droplets didn't have to be true, and drained out the pain because it's what I had to do. Yeah, life is hard, ain't that the truth? I try and struggle, but that seems to tighten the noose. It will leave you broken, bloodied and bruised. Gonna keep fighting, even if it seems I will lose. Of my father I have some vivid memories, like when we went and got the Christmas trees. But for the life of me, I can't remember his laughter. Guess when he left it felt like a disaster, so I buried it deep so the trauma would go faster. I thought of my grief, I could be the master, but instead none of it mattered, and my brain got battered, put in some oil and brought to a boil. So as I continued to toil, my own brain like a snake started to coil, ready to strike and put me down in the soil. No longer will I be in denial, face life head on, cause that's my new style. Yeah, life is hard, ain't that the truth? I try and struggle, but that seems to tighten the noose. It will leave you broken, bloodied and bruised. Gonna keep fighting, even if it seems I will lose. As these thoughts pile higher and higher, I'm gonna use the energy, let's start a fire. Thoughts deep and dark, so the smoke looks like I used a tie. As the dark clears, start to get inspired, make my father look down, smile and and admire. When one door closes, another opens. In this life there ain't much more of a potent opponent than your own mind, so keeping your head is important. Always ask for more, even if you didn't like the last portion. Keep going forward, even if you don't know what the course is, and you're being pulled back by invisible forces. Just march through your misfortunes, grab life by the balls, say I'm not letting go till I get my fortune. Straight extortion. Yeah, life is hard, ain't that the truth? I try and struggle, but that seems to tighten the noose. It will leave you broken, bloodied and bruised. Gonna keep fighting, even if it seems I will lose. All the pain and misery I was getting used to. It used to be that I would use the booze to try and lose the memory of you. Now I'm gonna celebrate and appreciate the dude. He helped give me life, so no longer will I try and elude that life is amazing, so I just gotta adjust my mood and try and exude a more positive attitude. I know this is overdue and not right on cue, but it was a hard truth to get used to. It's a hard thing to do, but that's just an excuse. I'm just gonna keep fighting and I will get through. Yeah, life is hard, ain't that the truth? I try and struggle, but that seems to tighten the noose. It will leave you broken, bloodied and bruised. Gonna keep fighting, even if it seems I will lose. Sit alone with my thoughts, wondering if I'm any good or not. I can't let my mind be caught up in that thought after how hard I have fought. After I put all this into my plot, hours I've spent with the lines I jot. I do want this a lot, but man, I can't even stop smoking this pot to improve my breath control. On my lungs, it's taking a toll, but I'm gonna take a break, gonna go smoke this bowl. Now that I'm comfortable, the thoughts pour out of my skull like the BP oil spill that happened down below. Impact it's truly had, we don't know. Till years after, I'm guessing it ain't good though. Like if my voice ever came out the radio, turn up the stereo, my sound erupts from the speakers. Underground concepts trying to reach her. Looking around, all I see is corrupt creatures. Fuck no, I don't need no features, cause what comes from my dome is timeless like the Colosseum in Rome. Can't reach me when I'm in this zone, like a fat kid with an ice cream cone. Lines come out easy like a master on trombone, but no one hearing this, so underground just call me Jimmy Hoffa. Can't be found, and when you do, the skills will shock you. Align your chakras, namaste. I'ma stay on my grind, murder this shit like the Coca Nostra. My skills unbelievable like a blind man beating Contra, but most don't know about me like the Iran Contras. The hand I write with uncontrollable like Frankenstein's monster. Each line designed to haunt you like addiction. You don't have a sponsor, you should concern what will end up being your fortune. The thought torturing your noggin, nagging, dragging you down to the pit with the dragon. I'm lit, but this joint I'm still gonna take another drag on. With this music I'm a hooligan, making shit with the laptop and a pen. Get in your mind, can't get it out like a bad hallucinogen. Get in your cells like a carcinogen. Turn seriously black, no escape like prisoner Azkaban. Now you scared like a Trump fan, seeing a black man carrying a Koran, thinking it's a member of the Taliban with some master plan to blow up the Vatican. Lines hit you like a body slam delivered by Hulk Hogan. Hit you blam like old school Batman. Come up with slogans, have your mind slowly eroding. It's on fire, left smoking like demons Dean Martin. Warrior poet, been training since birth like a Spartan. So I will be writing till I'm dying, which will be a while cause I take my vitamins. Fuck with me worse than the original sin. I will be great cause I practice like Jordan. People bobbing their head to your shit, you're just lucky like Jeremy Lin. I turn Super Saiyan, start killing Krillin cause I'm actually a villain, and nerds only know what I'm saying. Like I was speaking Klingon at a Star Trek convention. Line speeding by like a ping pong launched by an Olympian. My shit ain't no sing-song for a simpleton. Simply put, I'm dope like Cheech and Chong, and it's starting to sink in, and my skills won't be sinking. Once I sink in, it's a cinch to spit on whatever is spinning.
Circles never slows down, never speeds up like the earth around the sun. It's a constant. Well, guess that's a matter of perspective. How you looking at the construct? Construction through destruction happens throughout the constellations. Wishes harmful humans to grasp through contemplation. Congregations try to explain how it all came to be when we only know a sliver of the universe's history. Is it some magical life giver that reverses his gift, leading to our misery that then helps create its weird chemistry that we can't grasp? So some things in life are mystery. Who am I kidding? It's more of a litany. My life is the epitome of not knowing what the fuck's going on. In that way, I'm a microcosm of the world's problems. I'm still gonna struggle and try and solve them so I can win in the long run. Victory may be foreign, but they say you learn more from losing. So what I'm storing in my psyche will have me making up ground till I'm soaring. Used to feel that my soul was sore, wearing thin, didn't know where to begin till I began. Still don't have that much of a plan, but I do know I will withstand whatever happens to land at my feet. I understand it can't defeat this beast. I will feast on the fruit of life's teach tree. Each struggle as a signal to take my strength to a new level till God himself rebels at the trouble I cause with my treble. Ready to pop like a pimple, I dabble with a pen and pad till my hand nimble as the fingers of time. Each twinkle in my mind ripples through my lines, not simple to define. Send a dingle up your spine when I riddle you with the rhyme. Spit a little every day to refine the skill that I will use to define my own destiny. I will not go blind to potential inside. I'm gonna at least be able to say that I tried. If I don't succeed, the loss might be amplified, but I won't succeed. Too much pride indeed. This will be a bumpy ride, but I'm intrigued to see if I will be remembered when I die.